This is Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, brought to you by the Iowa Soybean Association. Your daily recap of the information that affects Iowa's farmers, producers, and consumers, right here in the heart of the heartland. With reports from our award-winning broadcast team of Dustin Hoffman, Riley Smith, and Mark Magnuson. Now, from the IARN studios in Des Moines, here's Mark Magnuson.
Hello and welcome into Ag Matters PM on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Mark Magnuson. Today is Wednesday, May 10th, 2023, and we're so glad you could join us for today's show. In today's episode, I will speak with Lori Reese. She is an Environmental Programs Manager at Pivot Bio, and we will talk about the launch of the 2023 N-OVATOR program. I will also have a check of the ag weather outlook, but first, let's run down the markets.
It's time now for the Ag Matters PM Closing Market Summary, your source for market analysis and settlement prices from the day's trade in Chicago, courtesy of the folks at agmarket.net.
At the end of a trading day, we are joined by Tyler Schau of agmarket.net for our closing market analysis. Tyler, hello today. How's it going? Could you tell us, please, how the grain markets played out today?
Things are going good. The sun is shining, and we've been getting a little rain, so that's always a positive out here. The grain markets were all over the place today. Most people probably woke up to corn market being, in some cases, down 10 cents. When the market opened, corn market kind of started to rally, had a nice little turnaround. Ended up with July having a big move that has a lot to do, I think, personally, with the May contract coming off the board here in the next couple of days, and some rolling of spreads and that type of action. Soybeans, same story, down early, went positive, ended up trading about down 10 cents in July. So it got kind of hammered here late in the day. And same story with wheat, down big time this morning. At one point, it was down about 14 cents in the Kansas City contract. And we're going to close nearly unchanged. Looks like maybe about down a penny here at the close.
Tyler, can we take anything that's happened this week for the long term? Because when you think back to earlier this week, we got the planting progress report, and we find out, how things are going with planting. And now we wait until Friday in the WASDE report. So we're kind of in between two kind of information dumps this week.
Yeah, that's got something to do with it. That's got a lot to do with it. Remember also about Tuesday night, Wednesday morning last week, we had a major turnaround in the grain complex. All the corn, beans, wheat, they'd all been dropping fairly significantly. And Tuesday night and Wednesday morning, it turned around. Wheat has really rallied about $1 off of its lows just a week ago. That pulled everything else up with it. A lot of that had to do with talk of the ongoing drought in the Western Corn Belt. We heard a lot of talk about dryness and maybe some early drought signs in Iowa and Illinois. Over the weekend, though, got some good rain, and some of the forecasts changed a little bit, pumped a little more precipitation in the forecast. And I coupled that with that planting progress report that came out Monday, and it just kind of slammed the brakes on rallying the corn market, especially, and kind of put the tops on bean and wheat here for the time being. We've got the WASDE report coming up Friday. If you look at the analyst expectations, they're all over the map. Most people are looking for corn demand to take another hit, both in exports and in ethanol production. We got the ethanol report today. It wasn't what I would call dismal, but we're not grinding enough corn into ethanol to meet that target that the USDA set. So I would expect them to lower that. I would expect them to lower exports as well. And, probably not going to lower supply. So what that leaves you is a higher carryout going into the new crop year, and they're going to come out with the first look at 23, 24 crops. And if you recall, big acres, and right now working with big yields. So it's going to be tough to get a real bullish move until we see something in the weather or see a spark to demand.
And Tyler, you mentioned the weather. Another thing I wanted to bring up, it was a few weeks ago we were talking about the planting intentions report that was released and finding out how many acres were going to be planted of each crop. And we had mentioned at that time, you had mentioned that it seemed like the USDA and others were counting on the northern portion of the Corn Belt, the northern portion of the central United States, to be able to up that production this year compared to last year, because they were hopefully going to get a little bit faster start on planting. Well, you're located in that very same spot in North Dakota. Tyler, what's happening up there right now? Are the farmers able to get out and get those crops in the ground?
In areas they are. If you looked at the planting intentions report, I think we were 1% planted on corn in North Dakota. That's going to go up a little by next week, but not much. I had a major moisture event come through last Friday and Saturday, dropped most places east of Bismarck, which is going to be where you plant most of your corn and beans in the state of North Dakota, or where the majority of the production comes from. Most of those areas saw upwards of 2 inches of rain. They've been getting rain, kind of spotty, but large showers over the last few days. And we've got a big event coming tomorrow, Friday and Saturday, that's expected to drop upwards of 3 inches, I should say, basically across the whole state. That one's going to be, right now focused more on western North Dakota, which would be good because we're dry out here, and they could use some drying weather in eastern North Dakota. But what a lot of my producers out in eastern North Dakota are telling me is if that comes to fruition, if they get another big rain event out in eastern North Dakota this weekend, you probably ought to start penciling in higher prevented plant acres out of that. And then I would question if we can actually achieve I think it was like an extra 600,000 acres just in North Dakota alone on corn. That's going to be tough to get to if we see this rain this next 3 or 4 days.
And Tyler, again, wrapping up with the other side of the ag marketplace, what did we see in the livestock today?
Saw kind of a pullback in the feeder calf and fat cattle market. They had obviously saw a big decline in price last week, started off this week with pretty good, upwards of a $5 rally off the lows. We gave back about $1 today in your feeder calf contract, gave about 30-40 cents back in your fat cattle contract. I don't think that's anything to be nervous about, just kind of a little bit of a setback after a couple of pretty strong days of trading. Hogs still can't find much ground. We had a little update yesterday, had a little pop during the trading day today, gave most of those gains back. And it's just, I was looking right before we got on, you got a CME hog index, which is basically your cash equivalent, down at $74. And you've got the June futures trading at $84. So we've got to see either a $10 rally in cash just to match up with where the futures are, or futures have got to give up more ground to go down to meet the cash over the next month and a half.
Tyler Schau, our guest today. Tyler, thank you for the information as always. How can our viewers get in touch for more great marketing information?
Check us out on the internet, agmarket.net. If you want to call directly, the number is 701-987-6009.
He is Tyler Schau, our guest today. Tyler, thank you so much for the time and have a great rest of your week.
You too. Take care, Mark.
That was Tyler Schau with agmarket.net. Let's turn our attention now to the closing numbers, courtesy of the folks at Bar Chart. July corn up 9 1/4 at $5.94 even. New crop December corn up 2 1/2 at $5.20 3/4. July soybeans down 10 1/4 at $14.04 even. New crop November soybeans down 3 1/4 at $12.50 3/4. July soybean meal up 50 cents at $4.19.50. July soybean oil down 99 cents at $52.05. Chicago wheat down 2 1/4 at $6.41 1/4. Minneapolis wheat up 1 3/4 at $8.49 1/2. Kansas hard red wheat down 1 even at $8.55 1/4. July oats up 1/4 cent at $3.37 1/2. On the Merc, June live cattle down 92 cents at $1.63 even. May feeder cattle down 55 cents at $2.05.37. June lean hogs down 22 cents at $84.17. June pork cutout up 22 cents at $88.97. And that's been a check of the ag market recap here on Ag Matters PM. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break to hear from our sponsor, the Iowa Soybean Association, and the Soy Checkoff. And when we come back, I will be joined by Lori Reese, Environmental Programs Manager at Pivot Bio. This is AMPM.
Iowa Soybean Association is driven to deliver for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers. We're proud to provide objective agronomic research, a helping hand with soil and water stewardship, and timely industry news powered by the Soybean Checkoff. Learn more at iasoybeans.com.
Welcome back to Ag Matters PM from the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Mark Magnuson. Today I am joined by Lori Reese. She is an environmental programs manager at Pivot Bio, and we're going to talk about the launch of the 2023 N-OVATOR program. Mark Magnuson with the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, and I'm joined today by Lori Reese. She is with Pivot Bio and excited to tell us about a new program that just was announced from Pivot recently. And Lori, could you tell us what that program is and why you're so excited about it, please?
Yeah, thank you so much for the time today, Mark. I am so happy to be here and talk about our pilot program results for our 2022 Pivot Bio Innovator program and explain how we are broadening the scope of that program in 2023.
And Lori, could you tell us basically how this pilot program was used, how it played out, what you learned from that, and then what has led to the full rollout then of the N-OVATOR program?
Yeah, for 2022, our pilot innovator program was a voluntary opportunity for growers who purchased our Pivot Bio proven products and committed to making a synthetic fertilizer reduction and sharing that data from their farm management practices that would confirm that reduction and the use of the product. And I am so pleased to share with you that with our announcement this week on our environmental impact, we had over 150 growers who provided all of that data for us.
And so it did come back, the study results that you found, yes, it did reduce that nitrogen usage by quite a bit. And it turned out that, hey, this meant then that you felt like a full rollout was definitely a necessity at that point.
Yes, absolutely. The growers were really excited to have an opportunity to provide additional value on their farm through a sustainability asset that could be marketed in the marketplace. And we are providing a full rollout in 2023. So eligibility includes all growers who purchase our product for the 2023 growing season.
So Lori, if I understand then how the program physically works, is it that you use the products from Pivot Bio, you see that actual reduction in nitrogen usage, and then is the farmer credited for that?
That is correct. We incentivize the growers who participate through providing their data. That is what the incentive covers, is that time and that commitment to providing the data to us. We then use that information, package it to create that environmental asset that will move on through validation, verification, and become serialized in a registry that can be marketed on their behalf for sale in the offset market.
So Lori, when you were getting farmers joined up, signed up, ready to do the pilot program and kind of see how it would work, did it take some convincing for them? Or were they on board all the way? Were they sharing kind of some of the same thoughts of saying, hey, this could be something that works out really well and is a benefit to everyone?
Yeah, what we learned through this pilot program is that growers were excited to partner with us. It's a differentiated program versus traditional carbon sequestration opportunities. It's a single year opportunity. If they're removing that synthetic fertilizer in that single growing year, that's a one-time change. And we've avoided those greenhouse gases emission from nitrous oxide by them implementing that single change in a single growing season.
And Lori, were farmers excited then also just about the obvious dual benefit there of you're using less inputs, less nitrogen, not as expensive for the farmer, and at the same time you're getting that environmental benefit as well?
Yes, growers who use our product are seeing consistent results of that 40 pounds of microbial nitrogen provided at the root zone for their crop across the season. That better form of nitrogen is produced in a more environmental friendly manner. And then having that additional benefit and that value stream for the credit opportunity, they were really excited to participate. And we couldn't have done it without our sales representatives who came alongside to encourage growers, assisted with the data entry process, and communicated the value of the program to those farmers.
So Lori, what's the step then for a farmer, a grower that wants to get involved in the full program? How do they get in touch? What do they need to do to get on board?
Well, certainly I would encourage them to navigate to our pivotbio.com website. There they can locate their local Pivot Bio sales rep, and that rep will have the information and the requirements for them to participate in the 2023 Innovator Program.
Lori, is there anything else you'd like to let our viewers and our listeners know about when it comes to this new program, and I guess what you're excited about going forward with it?
Yeah, I'm just really excited that the growers have a new form of nitrogen. They don't have to rely on synthetic fertilizer to meet all the needs of their nitrogen program and growing their crop. And it's just a pleasure to speak with you today about our company and our 2023 Innovator Program.
She is Lori Reese of Pivot Bio, our guest here today. Lori, thank you so much for the time, and we'll hopefully speak again soon.
Thank you.
That was Lori Reese with Pivot Bio. Let's turn our attention now to the ag weather outlook. Today feels just a little bit like a prelude to summer here in central Iowa. As the sun has been shining, it is warm outside, not too much in the way of wind. To the western portion of the state today, there are some chances for rainfall, and it is mostly cloudy throughout areas of the state. Tonight, those clouds will continue, and then widespread chances for showers and thunderstorms. And then that moisture precipitation chances, I should say, last into tomorrow as well, as there will be widespread chances for rain and thunderstorms. So let's turn our attention now to the National Weather Service and what's in store for the next 24 hours. As you can see from the National Weather Service, today mostly cloudy skies with chances for rain and thunderstorms in the western portion of Iowa, mostly sunny in eastern Iowa. Tonight, mostly cloudy with widespread chances for showers and thunderstorms, and those chances will continue. Again, widespread chances for showers and thunderstorms on Thursday. And now looking at our affiliate weather map for tomorrow. Cherokee, a chance for thunderstorms, high around 78. Shenandoah, showers likely with a high around 77. Des Moines, chances for showers on Thursday with a high around 81. Albia, a chance for showers, high around 78. Waterloo, a slight chance of showers, then partly sunny with a high around 81. Clinton, partly sunny and a high around 83. For a more detailed forecast in your area of the state, make sure and check with your local Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network affiliate. And that's been a check of the Ag Weather Outlook. That also brings us to the end of this episode of Ag Matters PM. You can find all of our content on our website at iowaagnet.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and LinkedIn. And you can find our video content and previous episodes of AMPM on our YouTube channel. Don't forget our free, twice-daily market podcast, which are on Apple, Amazon, Google, Spotify, and Podbean. From the IARN studios in Des Moines, I'm Mark Magnuson. On behalf of Riley Smith and Dustin Huffman, we thank you for watching. This has been Ag Matters PM.